You remember walking home through the park. Your phone started to ring. It was an unknown number. You remember a white light so blinding it burned. Cold tile, blistering air, and every part of you felt like it was on fire. Are they putting me in the stasis or something? Where am I? Where am I? Where? Uh-oh. Am I? With a joke, you are awake. Oh god, did I wake anyone up? The shack is dark, pale moonlight barely peeking through the various holes and cracks in the wall. Wowee, must be some dream to get you breathing that hard. Tresh's voice is soft, yet somehow unbearably sharp as it cuts through the silence of the room. Now the question is, was it a bad dream or a very good dream? Good one. Good, bad, say nothing. What is good? That was definitely not a good dream, unless I want to lie about it or make fun of myself. I'm just gonna be honest and say bad. Bad. A shudder rips through you. Wow, so yeah, definitely bad then. Your eyes have adjusted enough to see him now, sitting at the large table, illuminated by a faint yellow light of an ancient flashlight. Ancient. I want to see what my reaction would be if I said good. Is it a lie? It was. You say good, but the words catch in your throat. Yeah, so definitely bad then. So I guess there really isn't there's no other interpretation to it. It's just bad. Okay, so let's go back to this option, of course. The flashlight's beam is pointing directly at a pile of tools and scrap and a very familiar looking device. A CD player? Huh? Listen, are you okay? Were you dreaming about, before? Before? Well, it did feel almost like a memory. Jeez, how many times do I have to tell you there's no reason to let the guilt eat away at you? Oh, he means what happened at the factory. The mutie. That's not it. Okay then. Do you want to talk about it? Are you gonna shame me if I try to talk to you about it? You really, really don't. Or maybe it's more that you can't. Hey, do you know what this is? Trash picks up the CD player and brings it over. Sitting cross-legged on the roll of blankets beside the bed that makes up his sleeping place, he puts the broken scrap in his lap. I've been working on this baby for the longest time, but I just can't get it to do anything. I have to say the average person may not be able to fix a CD player. It's heavily damaged by a time environment and held together by a mess of mismatched plastic and duct tape. It doesn't look like it could possibly work. Well, it's a CD player. Oh, right, okay. You wouldn't happen to know what it does, would ya? It plays stuff, sometimes music, it makes toast. What a troll. I'm just gonna say it plays CD. There's no point in trolling this guy, because we can always do that later. It plays CDs. Okay, one more question, and you can probably guess what it's gonna be. What are CDs? What's a CD? The conversation trails off awkwardly. Sorry, man, keeping you up like this? No, I'm the one who woke up. He scratches his nose, looking away in obvious discomfort. We should both get some sleep, huh? Putting the broken CD player aside, Trash settles down on his bedroll. You lie down as well. Dude, as two people who have to live together, you'd think we try to get along with each other a little bit more. I feel like at this point, they would be decently good friends despite its rocky, the rocky beginning and somewhat clashing personality and sassiness from us from time to time. But you learn to live with that with the people you are with, and these two seem to care about each other on a at least basic level. So yeah, guys, just a little bit more bonding time, please. Don't not talk to each other. Oh. Putting the CD... Did I read this already? I'm gonna read it again. Putting the broken CD player aside, Trash settles down on his bedroll. You lie down as well. It's an odd feeling, sleeping side to side, but on different levels. Literally. You can feel the soft sound of his breathing gradually deepening as he drifts closer and closer to sleep. It's really strange. It takes a moment to realize that it was you who broke the silence. You hadn't even know that you wanted to speak before the words were out of your mouth. Trash rolls over, resting on one elbow and looking up at you with gentle eyes. What, did I wake you up? What do you mean? I thought you were sleeping! Well, you take a deep breath. 1 minute I'm just a normal person living in the normal world. Trash snorts. The normal world, and then everything gets really fuzzy. And then I'm here in this place. In some stranger's hut. Naked? Yeah, that part too. Narrow your eyes or blush. I mean, I would just be like, yeah, naked. That would be what I would say. Not narrow my eyes. I feel like we've antagonized each other enough, so I guess the only option is to We'll just go blush for this time. Your face burns at the memory. Aw, don't say that. Are you being all cute up there? Give me a break. Only naked woman I'd ever seen was in one of the Billy's old magazines. Billy's old magazines? What? Don't look at me like that. Wasn't I a perfect gentleman? It's okay, dude. I totally understand. You decide to let that one pass. The shack is quiet once again. You lie on your back and listen to trash once again falling asleep. How the heck did you see me blush in the dark? How does that even work? Who's Billy? Thank you. Try to sleep. I'm just gonna say thank you because I mean it. Thank you for being an awesome person. You open your mouth to say one last thing, but Trash beats you to the punch. Hey. You really ain't beating yourself up, are you? No, not really. He's talking about what happened at the factory again. Well, I guess I do feel kind of bad. But maybe not beating myself up over it. I killed a man. I'm fine, really. Let's go down this route, just to see what they have to say. I killed a man. It's not so easy to get over. Trash sighs. I know. I knew it. Listen, I think you really need to hear something. Silence follows. You hear him draw in a long breath. I'm guessing you've done it before, too. You can't be weak out here. Oh, okay, yeah. I sort of have this philosophy. I mean, it's not mine. Some of it was taught, and some of it worked out for myself. That's usually how it goes. The sirens are going off for like the 6th time today. Oh my gosh. I meant in real world. Let's go back to the story. But here's the bottom line. Survival is everything. The only difference between me and the rest of those poor fuckers who died out there in the Dust Bowl is that I was lucky enough to make it this far. And now there's you, lucky old you, who survived when no one else did. I guess if survival's our goal, then yeah, survival is... You gotta be tough. The way I see it, we owe it to others to keep going, no matter what. Okay. This world ain't for the muties, it ain't for the rats or the cockroaches or the cloud. Well, what's to say it's for us either? It's ours. Well, that's because we're looking at it from our point of view, but that doesn't matter. You wait, but that seems to be the end. I mean, totally get it at this point. Yeah, survival is key. Survival is key. I went really low there for a second. Trash doesn't speak for another word for the rest of the night. In reality, I'd rather be the first one to die. No pain so great. In an apocalyptic zombie invasion, I really don't want to see the shit that goes down. And it definitely, you know, yeah, that's a topic for some other time. The sun seems extra unbearable today. Sweat keeps rolling down your back, cooling only for an instant before turning sticky and warm. Nearly 2 weeks have passed, and with each day you feel a little stronger, a little wiser. Yay! You and Trash have settled into a routine. Every morning he goes out on a scav and comes home in the evening with a heavy backpack to have dinner with you. Yay! Wait, you and... Oh. What do I do? When he isn't out or tinkering with his garbage, he lines up empty cans outside and teaches you to shoot. The feel of his gun in your hands is no longer quite so unsettling or strange. But today is the first time since the factory that he's invited you out with him on the job. And it makes a nice change, except for the unbearable heat. You've been walking around for a while now, his long strides keeping him always slightly ahead, empty water drums strapped inexplicably to his back. After nearly 10 minutes of silence, he turns around and starts walking backwards, ready to finally talk. Cheer up, gorgeous. I'm going to show you something special today. Yay? Are you going to tell me what? Don't say cheer up. Oh my gosh. Are you going to tell me what? Look, it's going to be a surprise, okay? First time I found this place, my heart about stopped. What is it? Is it a library? Man, I can't wait to see the look on your face. Is it a library? At one point, you pass a mound of rubble that once must have acted as an above-ground bunker of some kind. Pots, pans, and other signs of human life scattered about, rusting in the open air, long abandoned. Trash doesn't even spare a glance. He must have already rated this landmark of anything valuable of time ago. Valuable some time ago. I messed up a little. Something catches your eyes from the corner, and you look in time to see a cockroach skittering under a pile of debris. It is bigger than any insect you've seen before. Huh. It seems like all I've ever seen are rats or cockroaches. They're probably the most tough and resilient creatures out there. That's right, me and rats and the roaches. We're survivors. Surviving? They're thriving. I've never seen animals so big. Yeah, well, the food's not so limited when you're willing to eat anything. What are they eating? I've come across packs of rat munching of dead muties a bunch of times. I'm surprised they haven't turned. Me, myself, haven't gotten to that point yet. Let's hope we don't come to that. Actually, if you think about it, will we become infected? Well, if you say so. Totally want to get some of that beauty action there. Yeah, no. We don't. Thank goodness. Actually, if you think about it, it might have to someday. If the rats eat dead muties and you eat rats, you technically have gotten to that point. Yeah? Trash pauses, face slowly contorting in dawning horror. Yum 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 yum. No, Rat Knight's my one treat. Why you gotta ruin it for me? Look, I'm just revealing you to the realities of this world, Trash, you know? In the silence that follows, he takes a long deep breath, then without another word turns and pick up the pace. This is really fun. I want to keep going, but it's been an hour. Finally, the flat landscape begins to transform as you come across the most bizarre patch of land in the middle of the post-apocalyptic desert. Once your mind manages to come to terms with what you're seeing, you can't help but let out an incredulous gasp. Is it an oasis? It's a... Oh, it is an oasis. The Dust Bowl's version of an oasis. It's like a dead forest, right? It kind of looks like it. The stream's barely more than a trickle, but to see a natural source of water, no matter how weak, managing to survive in this dead wasteland is like the most profound expression of hope. Not to mention the vegetation sprouting along the banks. The thin, wispy trees are ugly things, unlike any you've seen before, gray and sickly looking, but alive. Can we try to grow some back where we are, just like a tiny pot of one of them? And anything strong enough to survive out here, no matter its outward appearance, must surely possess its kind of beauty, its own kind of beauty. The thought strikes a chord in you. Try to hold back tears, shake it off. What? Oh, I get it. That's why she wants to look at trash. I was like, what did I miss? Is this a romantic moment that I came across that I didn't realize? Just don't go for trash, because yes, they're pretty awesome. There you go. You take in your companion's... Ugh. Dear God. Alright, you take in your companion's broad back, his weathered skin, and strong hands. You think of his easy smile and how quick he was to take you under his wing. Yeah, he's a pretty chill person. The copse... Oh, this copse is not the only strong thing that the Dust Bowl has produced. Don't get cocky over it. Trash stands in front of the stream and extends his arms, presenting his natural wonder for your pleasure. Go ahead and drink if you wanna. Aw. Is that okay? Sure, it's clean and everything. Drink as much as you want. Huh, well, I mean, don't go crazy or nothing. You move slow enough already. Hey, sometimes this guy... You know what? It's good to have a sense of humor. And he's doing it without being a giant jerk. For the most part, right? I'm trying my best. I'm gonna drink so much I explode. You're what now? Come on. This is sarcasm, by the way. Wow, messy. Yeah, you're gonna have to clean up after me. I'm just gonna stand way back here. You go ahead. You kneel by the stream's edge and cup some water in your hands. Clean is a bit of an understatement, but it tastes delicious, cool, and natural, and safe. After having your fill, you notice that Trash has wandered away towards one of the trees and is inspecting the branches. He pulls at one of them, twisting his hand back and forth in a corkscrew motion before the thin black arm snaps back, leaving a small something deposited in Trash's palm. Ah, it's fruit! Getting to your feet and moving closer to the trees, you can now see lots of these things, nestled up in the seemingly barren branches. Purple-black and with no uniform shape or size, they aren't the handsomest of fruit. You reach up to grab one for yourself, struggling to wrench it free, like the tree itself knows how precious it is and is afraid to part with it. It lies lumpy and shriveled in your hands. Its smell is faintly sweet but heavy and cloying, and the skin leaves behind a sticky purple stain on your palms. When you stare in wonder and borderline revulsion at the thing in your hands, sorry, borderline revulsion, I don't know why this just made me laugh. Trash comes up behind and unzips the pack on your back, dropping his fruit inside. You're on grape duty, Kate. Is just stuff as much as you can and carry it in the bag. That snaps you out of it. These are not grapes, are they? Well, they need a name, don't they? Don't worry, all the real grapes are too dead to feel offended. While you get to work, so does Trash. He drags the drum he's been carrying to the stream and starts filling it up. You collect the grapes, you feel your hunger creeping up on you, and the fresh fruit right in front of your eyes of your nose is looking more and more beautiful to your eyes. Oh yeah, and before you get any ideas, don't go eating any of those. What? Why, aren't they edible? Well, they're not dangerous or nothing. I guess you tried. Look, just get on with it, okay? We're losing daylight. How about just one? Irritation sparks. Sometimes it seems like this guy's getting bossier by the day. Eat one, don't eat. But it's not poisonous, I want to eat it. Please. Please, I want to eat it, it's food. Well, give me diarrhea. Is that why you told me not to eat it? You can just tell me, it gives me diarrhea, come on. What did you say? I'm gonna eat one. Driven by hunger, temptation, and pure annoyance, you lift the grape to your lips and take a big, deliberate bite. You feel your eyes fixed divinely on trash. She watches you with almost no expression. For a moment, there's nothing. The odd texture of rough skin and mushy flesh, but no taste. Then it comes, the foulest, most rancid, burning sensation spreading across your tongue, engulfing your entire mouth, spilling down into your throat. Gagging, you spit the fruit out and drop the rest to the ground. Drop the rest of it to the ground. Sorry, I messed it up. Damn it. Oh man, I warned you. I can't say I didn't. You didn't tell me it was gonna be bad. Listen, those ain't for eating. What are they for then? Trash simply shrugs and gets back to work. You troll. Giant troll. You follow his example, and before you know it, the sun is starting to get low in the sky. And the taste will still not leave your mouth. Thanks. The walk home goes slower, with Trash dragging the now full water drum behind him. Part of you feels glad to be the one in front for a change, but part of you can't help but feel a little sorry for him. Help him, leave him to it. What's happening? I mean, if I can't help, of course I'll help. Oh my gosh, that's of course help. Here, let me. You grab a part of the drum and hoist it as much as you can. Thanks, babe. Phew, this thing is a monster. It is much heavier than you thought. Well, we can make it back. After only a few steps, you fumble and the drum drops to the ground. Oh my god! Are you kidding? Your fingers sting, scraped raw by the rough metal. Jeez, are you okay? Sorry, that's my fault. Making a girl do my work for me. Well, yeah, it's called strength training. I'm just gonna need to get a little of that. Don't worry about it. I've got this. I'm really glad I didn't spill the water. Trash resumes dragging the drum. I'm gonna definitely drag it. Oh, please, give it here, tough guy. You grab it again, tighter this time, and the two of you work together to carry the drum home. Heh, thanks. As you walk together, something a little way out of the left catches your eye. It's just a ragged black stone, maybe a foot tall, sticking out of the ground, but for some reason you can't take your eyes off of it. Something in the back of your head begins to stir. You've seen this rock before. What? You could barely see. Your heart was pounding, your throat on fire. You fell against this rock to catch your breath. Hello? Earth to Lana? What? Kinda pressed for time here. Can you maybe space out later, you know, once we're back home? Trash is talking, but you barely hear him. You're vaguely aware that your feet are now carrying you towards the big rock, but your mind is swirling. Oh my god, revelation. I can't stop here. Lana? Past the rock, there's something. In the distance, some kind of large blurred shape stark against the horizon. It's calling to you. Hey! Suddenly, Trash's strong hand latches around your arm. What's up? There's nothing that way. Believe me. What do you mean? If you think this place is fucked, go far enough in that direction, and all you hit is gray stone and then the mountains. And don't even think about climbing them, because you'll just wander straight into the red cloud. His words are muffled and useless to you. You wrench away and keep walking. What is that thing in the distance? You came upon the old shed by chance. At first you thought it might be your salvation. Then you noticed the missing roof, the rotting wood, and how it will offer no shelter at all. You stumbled onward, exhausted and desperate under the hot, merciless sun. What is going on? You break into a run. Tresh's voice is barely audible behind you. Oh, for fuck's... Fine, if you want to get yourself killed. I ain't leaving the water. Yeah, don't. Just leave me to it. You don't stop. Closer now, you can just see the distant shape more clearly. It is a shed. The shed you remembered. What? Your legs ached with exertion. Your bare feet cut and bleeding. Everything was so unfocused. You couldn't think straight. All you knew that you had to do was keep going. You had to find somewhere safe. You couldn't see, couldn't think, couldn't call for help. All you knew was the sun at your back. Wait, the sun at your back? That must mean that way. You turn and begin running, possessed with nothing but the intense urge to follow these memories to the source, following a trail that you somehow remember, and leaving Trash far behind. What is going on? I want to know. What did I find? Lana? I mean me? You run for what feels like hours. By the time your boots meet hard stone, your lungs are burning, your head's a mess of confusion and fractured memories. But these bizarre flashes seem to be guiding you right. And finally... What? You stand at the foot of a flight of stairs leading up into the rock face. You know this place. You almost fell down these stairs, bursting out as you did. Clambering down them, holding tightly onto the rails, you finally fell to your knees at the bottom and breathed in the open air. Ooh. The desperation of earlier is suddenly gone. This time you approach the stairs with a deep feeling of trepidation. At the top you see the old familiar door set into the mountain itself. At the top you see the old familiar door set in the mountain itself. It's open just the way you left it. Inside there are more stairs leading downwards. You descend. At the bottom the white hallway is dimly illuminated by low-level emergency lighting. Part of you quietly marvels at the existence of electricity, something you assumed had been all but forgotten out here. But most of you can think of nothing else but the fact that everything is so familiar and you don't know why. Did someone brainwash us? You walk past the first two doors, then the next, and come to a stop in front of the third door on the left side. It's unlocked, and you walk in. 3 beds stand against the back wall, against the massive dormant medical machinery. On each bed lies a person. You don't need to step much closer to know that they're all dead. Tubes snake out from the machine to the beds, needlessly lying uselessly tucked into decomposing flesh. I'm gonna guess they tried to put these humans into stasis or something so they can survive, but I guess they didn't in this apocalyptic setting. You're vaguely aware of the fact that you're trembling, that the air is foul with death, that you should be running or crying out or something, but you can't leave, not yet. Turning, you see 2 more beds against the opposite wall and 1 more body. The empty bed is what draws you, and suddenly you remember. That's us.